Hi, I'm Dave Whipple. You're watching Bushradical. What's the biggest question in the world of old axes? Well, it seems like the question that comes up the most is what kind of oil to put on your handle. Tung oil, Danish oil, linseed oil, boiled or raw, linseed oil cut with some kind of a solvent. So I've got 3 axes on 3 new handles. I've got some raw linseed oil, I've got some boiled linseed oil, and I've got some paint thinner. We're going to dope up all 3 of them. We're going to see which one gets the best results. Stay tuned. True Temper Jersey pattern, Kelly Perfect. True Temper Michigan pattern, Flint Edge. Just a no-name old splitting axe. Good splitting axe, but no brand on it. We're going to do the no-name splitting axe in boiled linseed oil by itself. We're going to do the Michigan pattern with raw linseed oil, the one in the middle. The old Jersey on the end, we're going to do that one in boiled linseed oil cut with paint thinner. If I can ever get this cap off. This is just the plain boiled linseed. It's great working out here on a log pile because I don't care if I make a mess at all. What I'll probably do is I'll probably put a coat on this morning. I'll probably put a coat on this afternoon. We'll see which one does the best job. There's the first handle, the boiled linseed oil. Second handle, we're going to use some raw linseed oil. I'm going to put this on with a brush. This raw is a lot clearer. It doesn't have as much color to it. That's a nice thick coat. Dump the rest back in the bottle. Final axe we're doing here, we're going to do the old True Temper Jersey. We're going to a little bit of boiled linseed oil and about the same amount of paint thinner. I used to have a concrete construction business, and all my wood handle tools got this kind of treatment. The shovels and the picks and some of the hand floats, and the linseed oil and paint thinner is what I always used. We're going to see how this one works too. All right. I think I may put a thicker coat on that one with a brush as opposed to a rag. I don't know if it's going to be a fair comparison the other way. Beat that brush out just like Bob Ross would do. It's a little better, a little thicker coat. I want to avoid anything that'll skew the results one way or the other. I want everything to be pretty much the same. Okay, so that's pretty much it. 3 handles, all treated with 3 different types of linseed oil preparation, and we're going to see what happens. Boiled linseed oil, pure raw linseed oil and paint thinner 50-50. Probably just do 2 coats. Put one more coat on this afternoon. It's a nice day, it's breezy. These guys should dry fairly well. Okay everybody, it's been almost all day long. The axes are pretty much dry. Let's take a look and see what we got so far. I'm going to wipe off any excess that's not dried up. Got a white piece of paper towel. This is a splitting axe with boiled linseed. There's barely anything on there. Dried pretty well. Another fresh piece of paper towel. There's the raw linseed. You can see there's a lot more excess on the raw linseed for sure. Another clean paper towel. This is the one with paint thinner and linseed oil. It probably has the least of the 3. I'm going to do a second coat. Give it about another hour and a half or so. Come back out, wipe the excess off. That's going to be it for these axes, and we'll see what happens then. Okay, second verse, same as the first.
You're the one I find. You're the one I
Okay everybody, it's almost dark, so I'm going to wrap this up as quick as I can. I'm going to take a fairly clean rag. I'm going to start with this guy with the raw linseed oil. And I can feel it's kind of gummy. It's kind of, there's a lot standing on the surface. You can tell quite a bit came off of there. Next one, I'm going to use the cleanest cloth I can. This is the old splitting axe, and this is just the plain boiled linseed oil. Darn near as much stayed on the surface of this one for the second coat as did the raw. Last axe, the jersey pattern. I'll wipe off the excess on this one. This one too had quite a bit of excess. Okay, my personal opinion, I think it's plain to see that that the paint thinner linseed oil soaks in quicker, it dries quicker, and I think it gets deeper into the wood. Does it feel as good? This feels 80% as good as this guy. I think just because you're using a 50-50 mix, not as much oil is actually there when you're done. The boiled linseed oil handle, it's good. It's just what you think you're gonna get when you use boiled linseed oil. The raw linseed oil handle, of the three, it's the most buttery. It's got an old school axe handle feel, more so than the other two. It's got that older, broken in, smoother, just more buttery feel. The raw linseed oil, it was the thickest viscosity of the three blends. So I think if you're gonna use raw, it's gonna take you a little bit longer. I think the handle feels a little nicer. I mean, this feels good, but this guy's got that, you know, grandpa's axe feel. One coat is probably gonna be all you're gonna need, because as much as it's going to soak in is probably going to soak in on that first coat, just due to the fact that it's such a thicker viscosity. It sits on top, and then once the first coat's on there, the second coat just lays on the first one and doesn't really do a lot. That's my impression. Quick and dirty, probably the 50-50. Just because it's in quick, it dries quick. The boiled linseed oil, you can't go wrong with it. The raw, I think, will give you a little nicer job. It's gonna take longer. One coat's probably all you're gonna wanna do. Truthfully, after trying all three of these out, I don't think you can go wrong with either one of them. I think every single one of these options is going to get you pretty much what you want. I like the feel of the raw better. The boiled is really awesome. I like the speed of the 50-50. That's what you get. With the boiled, you kind of get the best of both worlds. It sets up faster. It probably goes deeper than the raw. It probably doesn't go as deep as the 50-50. And it's gonna dry right in the middle. 50-50 is gonna dry quicker. It's gonna go deeper. You might need a couple extra coats to get it to feel the way you want it to feel. The raw, one coat and it feels like $1,000,000, but it's gonna take longer to dry. I hope that this little video has shed a little bit of light on this conversation, and truthfully, I don't think you can go wrong with any of these. I'm definitely not gonna pick a side on this. I don't see a downside to either one of these three methods. Thank you guys so much for watching Bushradical. My name's Dave Whipple. Be radical, eh?